Hello. Today is Friday, August 14th, 2026. Here is your daily signal. The Gulf's race to lead the AI era is making headlines, as Fortune reports a surge in the construction of cables, fiber networks, and data centers designed to secure control over regional data flows. Since 2022, Gulf countries have accelerated their investment in digital infrastructure driven by strategic visions such as Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 and the UAE's National AI Agenda, with the ultimate goal of reducing their reliance on oil and ensuring their economies are at the forefront of global digital services by 2027. Notably, AWS launched its first Middle East data center in Riyadh on August 13, representing a $1.2 billion commitment supported by Saudi Makit, and Microsoft has just formed a major cloud partnership with Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. Meanwhile, Gulf Data Hub has completed its third Dubai mega data center, boosting local capacity to 150 MW. The immediate impact of these initiatives includes a wave of job creation in IT, engineering, and cybersecurity as new facilities come online through 2027. Looking ahead, the expansion is expected to attract leading tech firms, increase foreign direct investment, and strengthen the Gulf's position in global trade negotiations. However, rising dependence on foreign tech providers also brings heightened cybersecurity risks and demands vigilant regulatory oversight. Next, we'll turn to China and the legacy of its premier Zhu Rongji. Mourning the passing of Zhu Rongji, Associated Press reflects on the impact of China's former premier, whose bold reforms ignited the nation's remarkable economic growth trajectory. Zhu's tenure from 1998 to 2003 was marked by the overhaul of state-owned enterprises, opening markets, and stabilizing the economy after the Asian financial crisis. His leadership was pivotal as China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001, securing a milestone for global integration and laying the groundwork for contemporary policy. Among key figures, Zhu himself led the charge, working with the State Council, People's Bank of China, and Ministry of Finance, and reshaping giants like Sinopec, Bank of China, and China Mobile. In the near term, China is poised to continue market-friendly reforms, supporting its burgeoning innovation and technology sectors. Medium term, Zhu's legacy is likely to underpin policy stability, sustained growth, and fresh waves of trade integration. Importantly, the foundational reforms spearheaded by Zhu are expected to guide China's response to economic slowdowns and trade tensions in years ahead. Moving now to the fast-evolving world of AI in academia and the workplace. According to TechCrunch, Anthropic's new watermarking has sparked frustration among some Claude users, as it threatens to expose cheating within jobs and classes. Watermarking AI-generated content means embedding identifiable marks or metadata within digital outputs produced by artificial intelligence, an approach now gaining momentum as concerns grow around academic plagiarism and work-based compliance. Universities such as MIT and Stanford are actively developing guidelines, while companies from Deloitte to Accenture have begun pilot programs to verify AI-generated documents. On August 13, OpenAI announced digital watermarking for all ChatGPT outputs, while Google Research introduced a new protocol for watermarking code generated by Gemini AI, as noted by The Verge and TechCrunch. Near term, these measures could curb plagiarism in academia by making it easier to trace AI-generated essays, and businesses will increasingly verify workplace reports for compliance and intellectual property integrity. However, experts warn this may spark a technological arms race as adversarial actors seek to bypass watermarking, and privacy concerns loom if user-identifiable metadata is embedded in sensitive messages. Now, onto the markets. International stocks were mixed, with Germany's EWG closing at 43.96 on modest day-over-day gains, while France edged down slightly to 47.37 as EWQ declined. The United Kingdom's EWU slipped to 48.26 despite a positive month-on-month trend. Italy saw small gains, closing EWI at 63.29, and Spain's EWP decreased to 62.67 with strong monthly growth. Netherlands posted the best day change among major markets, with EWN up 1% to 71.33. Commodities traded broadly lower as gold's GLD fell over 1% to 398.96, while silver's SLV slid 1.5% to 58.16 but led the month with over 11% growth. U.S. oil, represented by USO, dropped nearly 2% to $125.03, as platinum and copper also declined. Agriculture commodities like DBA and corn ended slightly lower for the day. Favorites saw Adobe surge by over 4% to 270.49 on robust momentum, while AMD remained steady at 483.01 and Microsoft's MSFT rose nearly 1% to 496.88. Nvidia gained 0.5%, closing NVDA at 225.3, and Oracle climbed almost 2% to 156.22. Amazon slipped nearly 1% to 265.13 but retains positive monthly momentum. In sectors, the S&P 500 advanced 0.7% to 777.88, with real estate and finance outperforming in-day changes while healthcare held steady. Semiconductors nudged up, with stocks closing at 550.74, and transportation stocks saw the biggest sectoral swing up over 1%. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.